So let's talk about draft, alright? I would tell you what annoys me about it. People are like, oh, draft is going to be so much worse for solo queue, right? Solo queue is going to be unplayable with ranked, with how bad ranked players are, alright? And yeah, I get that take. I do get it. It makes sense to be like, yeah, ranked is going to be awful for the game, the players are awful, and drafting is more complicated. Definitely, right? And there's going to be random bans that people do. There's going to be random picks that people do. It's still going to be probably 5 attacker games. But if you're a good player, you should be happy. Alright? If you are a good player yourself, you should be very happy about draft. For multiple reasons. And the first one already is, you can adjust now to your opponent's picks. Right? There are certain games where you're the good player, and you play a Pokemon that gets easily countered. Right? You can now make sure this doesn't happen. If your early pick, you just pick something strong, doesn't get countered, and if your last pick, you can now adjust towards your opponents and counter pick them. You can counter pick your opponents as the stronger player. Then you can adjust items, right? Full heal, X-Speed, eject button, Ninja Doll. You as a good player, you can adjust your items to where you have a higher chance of winning, because you see your opponents now. Like, especially for me, right? I love Ninja Doll, but I can't really play it. Because there's so many variables where like, it doesn't quite work here. And I don't know what my opponents have, but now I do. I can adjust my items. I can think about what hate items I go, what battle line items I go. And I'm already Gyarados. As a good player, you should be happy about drift in any shape or form. But yes, the only problem I see sometimes might be if you have like a bad first pick. So let's say there's some very strong Pokemon, right, on the current patch. Let's say there's like 3 strong Pokemon that are definitely you have to pick, alright? And your first pick picked Cinderace, and then the enemy score like Zashi and Mewtwo in the same team. Let's just say that, right? That is an issue. And that I can see. And that does worry me a tiny bit. That your team is, you know, you're gonna first pick Cinderace because you have little Timmy playing draft for the first time, or like just generally he's bad, and then he's gonna pick the first pick Cinderace, the enemies get 2 good Pokemon in exchange. I think that's the only thing that's worrying. And yeah, the player base, right? People say the player base is not ready for draft. They are not ready for draft. But when will this player base be ever ready for anything? Please tell me, the player base can't even tell the difference between 5 and 40. They can't overcap golds. They pick 5 attack on the same team comp. This player base will never be ready for anything. So it doesn't matter. I get the ring there. They will never be ready for anything. So, but at some point we need the game to evolve. And the bad player base is just gonna be there. We have to deal with it, right? But the bad player base should not stop us from getting good features. Right? It should not stop us from getting good features into the game. Because that is nonsense. Can I get him? Can we score here too? So. And also, this might... You know, if a casual player goes into ranked and sees, oh, now there's draft, maybe. This might be big copium, right? This is definitely big copium. They're like, oh, maybe I should look at a guide. Oh, maybe I should look at a guide. Right? This is complicated, this looks interesting, this looks different. Maybe I should check out some guides for this, you know? That's my biggest copium about it, that the player base might seek out more guides and stuff. Because the game is like more complicated to them looking now. So, that's my biggest copium. I know I might be a bit too much on this. But in general, again, if you're a good player, you're going to enjoy this. Just for myself, just being able to pick, like Ninja Doll is amazing. That I can pick Ninja Doll whenever I want. Like the enemies have Leafeon or something, right? They have Leafeon, they have Icicle Spear, and I'm like, oh, Ninja Doll, I can go it now. Oh my god, I'm Gyarados-ing all over them. Am I not? So, I'm just going to go for what objective. You really want draft if you're a good player, you don't care about what anyone says. The bad players should not make draft worse for you as an experience. You can also just morph your own. I'm only worried that, like, you know, so let's say I have 3 bad players in front of me, they all pick attacker. I'm like, okay, I mean, they expect me to play defender now or something, right? And the thing is, again, why I say like draft will not make the game worse is also because we already at rock bottom. Like the skill quality of the player base cannot get worse. And draft is not going to change that. We're already at the rock bottom. We're at the lowest thing a game can be when it comes to like ranked system, when it comes to skill, player base, right? Like it can't get worse. We're already at the worst state. It can only go up from here. Definitely. So we should not be worried about draft coming to the game in any shape or form. I do agree the player base is mostly not ready for it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's good and that we should have it. Oh my, why is this? What is such a good Gyarados game? So don't be afraid of drift at all. Okay, that's okay. I worry about this though. This is the one thing I worry about. Trio Qs are going to be even stronger, but Trio Q is already broken anyways. That is true. That's honestly, yeah, okay. So Trio Qs and Duo Qs are going to be even better. That is a problem. Now that is a realistic problem, I agree with. Because they can control the game so much by having three players that they can ban whatever they want, right? The Trio Q has complete control of what gets banned. So if they just want to throw away a ban as well, they're allowed to. And that is not good. That is definitely not good that they have so much control. And I mean, again, I always say Trio Q should be removed from the game to begin with. Trio Q should not be a thing. There should never be 60% of the entire team being made before the game even starts. That is absolute nonsense. So I still wish they would remove Trio Q. We all know it's not gonna happen. I can dream, but yeah. Maybe they're like, oh, draft is now in. Maybe we should remove it from the game. Can I win this actually? Okay, no, I cooked too much. I cannot win this fight. No. Yeah, that's the main thing I'm worried about. It's just trios being even more popular. We're losing this game now. I don't know. We have liquidation, acrobatics in our team. That's pretty exotic. But yeah, I think people should not be afraid of draft at all. Drafting is fun. Drafting is very fun, and also just not having mirror matchups is very fun. Because every game feels more unique, right? Having always 10 different Pokemon every single game. And also we shouldn't, like, if something is OP, I hope the player base knows, right? If a Pokemon is broken, we at least finally have a way of banning it out now without the developers having to nerf it. Why did we just Unite Move the Slowbro at 220? Alright, we can see the player base is not ready. I mean, you know, but you know, it doesn't change. Like, in Blind Pick, the Slowbro is also terrible. So, like, what's the point? He's gonna be bad, doesn't matter what. If he has to pick his Pokemon after another person or pick it at the same time as you, it will not change. He's gonna be bad, doesn't matter what. So, you know? Nothing to worry about. Oh my god, I did so much damage. Was he snipe shotted maybe? I stun him. And yeah, just drafting will just make it so much more unique. Also, like, I hope that drafting, another copium take, makes also people more interested in esports. Because the game is similar not to esports, right? Where you also have drafting. Oh my god, I couldn't get away. I tried the eject button. Kill him! Why is he running away from him? So, it might make more people check out esports, because they're like, we kind of play the same game now, right? We have drafting. It's more similar to what we do. And I hope this also makes it. I mean, I don't think it's too Delulu. I think it makes more people maybe interested in watching the best players play the same game. Is that too delusional? Am I too Delulu? Maybe. Let me believe as well a tiny bit at least. Nice, good job. We don't need Ray here, but we... Only Metagross. He does have a big punch. Okay, finish it off. Okay, nice. He got it. I would be sad if I lost this game, honestly. But I did talk a lot, and I didn't fully focus, but yeah. So yeah, guys, please don't be worried about draft. Do not. Look forward to it. Of course, I will make videos about it, but like, don't be afraid of it. And don't think it's gonna be a bad thing for Unite. Please don't. Don't make someone believe that it's gonna be bad for the game. 1510, 108k damage. Gyarados, guys.